And 11 seconds. Players
still chatting.
are chatting. Well, enough of the chit-chat.
Warfare.
Get on. And press the clock, shake hands. That's it. They are off. And here we have first move E4, best by test according to Bobby Fischer. And, well, Jan, you're calling it. Dubov knows how to play solid chess when needed. And here he is.
This is his favorite system in the Italian opening. Bishop to E7. He has studied this very deeply.
Absolutely. And there Kramnik makes a hiding place for his light squared bishop. Very important strategy. That bishop on c4 is a beautiful piece, and you've got to preserve it as much as possible. You don't want to trade it off for a knight.
Yeah, normally the pawn advances 2 squares. That's why Daniil is thinking here a3 is a slightly rare move, and he's trying to make up his mind. If he wants to bring the bishop out to e6 or g4, if he wants to go knight to the rim, then push the c-pawn, king to h8. So many options, but he brings the bishop out. That's what he usually does.
And Vlad just defends the bishop. And of course, Dubov simply makes those trades. He wants to simplify the position as much as possible. And now c3, it's all about whether Kramnik can get d4 at a time when Dubov is not ready for such an advance.
Yeah, I don't think it's in the cards just yet. Kramnik first develops the bishop, Dubov welcoming more exchanges. Yeah, he's trying to play very, very solidly.
And
just a draw.
Kramnik actually making those trades. I'm surprised. I always feel in these situations that the more minor piece trades that happen, the easier it is for the side with less space to play. But Kramnik obviously has a plan. He's probably going to reroute the knight to e3, where it can jump into f5. Oh no, he's going for the original plan, which is to take space in the center with d4.
Yeah, I think black is very, very stable here. Daniil can be happy with the position. He's been a little slow, maybe. Kramnik really not taking any time at all so far. But the black line of defense looks very, very solid. And here comes the queen.
Targeting the b7 pawn. You have to defend it.
Probably will, yeah.
And I probably would move my b pawn 1 square forward.
Yeah, I'm not sure, because that weakens the knight on c6 a little bit, but it's a tough decision if you move it forward or if you use the rook to protect it. And Daniil agrees with you, pushes the pawn.
Yeah. Again, I also, after I suggested it, I started to doubt myself, because I saw the queen stepping forward 2 squares, attacking it, and I was like, oh, not easy defense. And Kramnik starts moving in the chair. I feel like
rook to the middle, Vladdy.
He's about
rook
to
the
pounce. I don't know, I think he's going to play queen up 2 squares. Where's he reaching for?
Queen back, oh.
No. Oh, surprising. That was not in my arsenal at all. And okay, heart rates, Vlad actually down to 125. It's actually one of the lower numbers that we've seen from him.
Yeah, it is a boring position.
126. But Vladimir Kramnik in a must-win situation. He has to maintain the tension.
With the big thing here, maybe he's wondering if he should push that pawn on the side of the board, try to fix the structure. It's not obvious how to improve. All his pieces are on good squares, but what can he do next?
Well, is Dubov actually threatening pawn takes pawn and grabbing material?
I strongly doubt it.
I also strongly doubt it, but it has to be considered. Okay, rook comes to the middle. Lovely little move from Kramnik, just making space for his king. I like it because
can play that game.
Both players are saying, got all the time in the world. And they
1
don't.
minute, 4 seconds.
Rook coming to the middle. Your wish has been granted, Jan.
Finally.
And Dubov playing a very unusual move, stepping forward with the g-pawn, perhaps getting ready
I like
to
it.
match
He's
the king.
anticipating this knight move, which was now played, and he's trying to cover that square on f5. Kasparov, the man who was defeated by Kramnik, once said, knight on f5 is worth a pawn. Dubov likes being a pawn down, but not in this case. So he's trying to be as safe as possible. Kramnik is hinting at knight to d5, but Daniil decides it's not a big deal.
Yeah, and stepping forward.
Might be a big deal though. Why is it not a big deal, knight d5?
It looks good if you ask me.
You might lose a pawn, and where do you go? Yeah, there it comes.
Come in.
Oh, this was missed.
And you have to take it.
This is trouble.
If you don't take it, then you're simply going to have to play with your king out there on f6, and no one wants to do that. Dubov, you can't think. The decision has been made for you. You've got to take.
He has to try this. Yeah, he has to try.
Oh, so he's allowing white to play knight takes knight and playing with the king on f6.
The king can move back.
And Daniil Dubov, less than 20 seconds on the clock. You have to remember, the players are just getting a 2-second increment after every move.
But it doesn't look like Kramnik has seen a way to break through. You could exchange knights, but how do you keep the king out there in the open? So he's looking for a move here. Maybe target that pawn. b2, very subtle.
Very sophisticated chess. And no time for Dubov.
Daniil, you have 8 seconds.
Okay, he moves his knight away.
Wow.
Do you see the calmness with which he made that move? Just 8 seconds left on the clock. Okay, now Kramnik making his move, challenging the b pawn. The king steps back.
He's just retreating all his pieces, but white takes.
And he captures.
What's he doing? This looks terrible. Queen takes. Yeah, Daniil is in big trouble here.
He can move his rook, and okay, the c7 pawn is being targeted.
Rook to c6, then the other rook comes. This looks lost. The white knight on d5 is dominating. Kramnik is already pawn up.
Oh.
If he can keep his composure here, he should win this game. He decides to simplify, still keeping a big advantage.
Well, now the rook can swoop down to c6. Targeting the d6 pawn, but instead he centralizes the knight. It's often said that when you have a knight in the center on d5, you can basically do anything, even fall asleep.
Ah, that's a good rule. Take a little nap. Gonna exchange queens, then push.
Okay, b6.
It's still dominant.
Beautiful position for Kramnik. I mean, we could see Kramnik take this to Armageddon.
It's gonna happen.
5 seconds for Dubov.
As the saying in chess, Kramnik's passed pawn's always queen. He does have a passed pawn. Not sure about rook c6. That looked a little slow, but his advantage is so big.
And he can double his rooks. Okay, rook is perhaps coming to a7.
Yeah. Do it now.
Looks good. Don't
takes
hesitate.
A check. No, he's calculating. That's why he moves his king out of the way first. He wants to go rook a7, but he doesn't want to be bothered.
And okay, this is an interesting dilemma for Kramnik. Does he trade off knights?
Rook a7.
Or does he go rook a7? Okay. Now he can.
Now he exchanges rooks, then he takes the pawn, and Daniil lost on time. He's claiming his own flag there to escape this horrible position.
Kramnik
means
wins.
We have Armageddon, 1-1.
For the second time today. Today was our lucky day, Jan.
Finally.
And wow.